Eritrea, Japan, and China, and again has had a long and distinguished career in the Foreign Service. We'll then hear from Mr. Earl Gast, who is USAID's Assistant Administrator for Africa and has worked at USAID in leading development programming, especially in post-conflict and transitioning societies. He's also been a frequent witness before this subcommittee. We always benefit from his insights and counsel. Prior to his current position, Mr. Gast served in Afghanistan, Colombia, Eastern Europe, and Rome. Mr. Gast is also one of the first USAID employees stationed in Iraq. He played an equally important role in developing the post-crisis strategy for Kosovo, overseeing all mission operations. Most prominently, he received the agency's award for heroism and the Distinguished Unit Award. Gentlemen, please proceed, beginning with Ambassador Yamamoto.
Thank you very much, Chairman Smith and Ranking Member Bass and the other honored members. And I ask for submission of my full statement for the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
I want to, on my oral presentation, I want to add points that are kind of different from the statement that I'm submitted. Today's hearing raises issues that will advance the hope of Ethiopia's people for the future of their country. Yet the path that lays ahead will be marked on how the people, the government, the opposition, and civil society can work cooperatively and harmoniously together to come to terms not only with Melis's legacy, but how they will work together to define or possibly redefine the future course for Ethiopia. What Melis achieved when he was a prime minister for Ethiopia was economic growth, set political policies that have guided Ethiopia since the fall of the Derg, as well as the establishment of Ethiopia's regional and international importance. The Prime Minister became the indispensable negotiator in Somalia, the critical mediator in Sudan, the eloquent spokesperson for all of Africa on climate and development challenges. He proved to be an effective person whose persuasive and forceful negotiation style and intellectual depth of understanding of issues set the tone and course of discussions on important domestic and regional issues. His articulate discussions of issues with crystal clear and insightful assessment distinguished him as a political leader, but also brought Ethiopia and Africa heightened respect and authority. However, the cost of his efforts also raised concerns. As ambassador, I raised on behalf of the United States our voice on the narrowing of political space, and we spoke clearly and decisively that the laws which were passed in and by themselves may appear logical and necessary, but when taken together and implemented without judgment or judicious temperament, could prove not only a severe obstacle to personal freedoms and economic independence, but also, if pursued without wisdom, could significantly alter Ethiopia's image in a profoundly negative manner. How Ethiopia's people, political rulers, opposition groups, and civil society work together to deal with not only the legacy of Melis, but to define where the country moves forward in a hopeful direction, or falls into gridlock of political partisanships dominated by uncompromising views, where alternate voices are based on what is merely wrong rather than what needs to be done. What must be achieved to realize a more democratic and hopeful future for Ethiopia remains a challenge. Ethiopia, again, I believe, is an important crossroad in which the country, mindful of its past, has the opportunity to move forward. As Congresswoman Bass said, she and Secretary Kerry were at the African Union Summit, and there, Prime Minister Haile Mariam, as President of the African Union, outlined a key direction, not only for Ethiopia, but for all of Africa. That is to invest in the economy, to realize a transformation to a more technical world, investment in technology and vocational education, commitment to infrastructure development, overcoming bureaucratic red tape and unreasonable laws, and finally to promote democratic values. These are great, but there are also great challenges as well as great hopes. If not handled astutely and with great political skill, as well as courageous and decisive action, Ethiopia may also go down a very different path in which its future could be sacrificed to partisan politics. It will take much understanding, compromise, tempered by deep commitment to achieving what is in the interest of the people of Ethiopia, and not in deference to political positions or personal preferences. And so the United States will forever remain dedicated to the core values and goals of democratic values and human rights policies, as well as economic prosperity and security, We stand firmly with Ethiopia, its people, its future generation, to achieve together a better future for Ethiopia and for Africa. And I welcome your questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. Mr. Gast.